Hi, it's Alex, or as some of you may know me, Puzzle Pathologist. Today I am here reviewing the Catstronaut from Unified Pieces for completing the puzzle. If you don't already know, completing the puzzle is the world's largest online puzzle subscription service, and they offer over 40 brands to rent straight to your mailbox, which now includes this brand, Unified Pieces. Unified Pieces is a Black-owned business that aims to make artwork more accessible through puzzles. They feature artwork from a variety of different artists, but specifically focusing more on the Black and Brown community to help show more diversity and also help to bring some representation to more of those underrepresented artists. So this artwork is more abstract and minimalist, but it is definitely frame-worthy, intended to be put together in frames and used as artwork in your house. I am really excited to show you guys this brand because as I was going through it, unboxing it, and looking inside, I was blown away by the quality and everything that's included with this puzzle. Let's start out with the box. So as you can see in the front of the box, it has a very large image of the puzzle on the front. And then on the back, it also has a smaller image of the puzzle, as well as information about the artwork and the artist, and more information about the brand and this specific puzzle. So for mine, I have Catstronaut, which is designed by Naftali Rodriguez, and he's an Afro-Caribbean artist based in the Highlands of Scotland. So it gives more information on his inspiration for his art in general, and especially this artwork. So it sounds like he uses a mixture of traditional art and paint methods, as well as featuring things that might be seen more in like street art, which I think is really cool. And this background of this definitely reminds me of those street artists that make those pieces with like planets and that kind of thing that you can see. So I really like the image on this puzzle. The sides of the puzzle feature different things. So on this side, we have the title of the puzzle and the piece count and the dimensions of the puzzle. And this one is 500 pieces. And then also has information about how they use recycled material, and how the puzzle and the box and the insert are all actually recyclable as well, which is great for our planet. So now let's get into the inside of this box. This is not your traditional puzzle where you pull the box off the top. It actually has a magnetic closure that seals it, and then they feature a large logo on the inside, and then this beautiful black velvet bag that has a zipper closure and contains all of the puzzle pieces. We'll get into the pieces in just a minute, but I also want to show you what else is included. So they also include a fairly large reference image of the puzzle that you can use as you're putting together your puzzle. You could frame it. I mean, there's a lot of options for that. But what I think is the coolest feature about this brand is that they have this cardboard insert of the puzzle image that actually has a built-in stand. So, you could put it up in front of you while you're working on the puzzle, but this is also such good quality that you could use it as artwork or display it in your house. And I think that's really cool because they do use artwork, and the intention of this brand is to support artists and to make art more accessible. So I think it's really great that they give multiple options for how you can display the art depending on what you want to do. So for me, I'm somebody who likes to put puzzles together and take them apart, and so I might not glue and frame this puzzle, but I have this piece of artwork I can use to display somewhere around my house, and I think that part is really cool. So getting into the pieces, as I mentioned, they come in this zipped up black velvet bag. When you're using a reusable bag, you always got to check at the bottom of the bag because sometimes the pieces get stuck and you think you're missing one, but it's really still in the bag. So looking at these puzzle pieces, when I first pulled one out to get an idea, I was obsessed with the texture of these pieces. Like, they are incredibly soft, incredibly smooth. So they have that velvet matte finish to them that I've seen in other brands like Art and Fable. And I'm honestly like in love with that type of texture because when I'm looking for where a piece needs to go, I just sit there and rub the piece with my finger, and it adds like a sensory level to puzzling, which is also very soothing. On top of the art like experience of puzzling, how it can soothe your mind cognitively, like this part also helps relax me because it feels so smooth and so nice. The thickness of these pieces is amazing. Like, it's a really nice thickness, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna peel or anything. Like, this is one of the best quality puzzles I've seen in a while. And for this puzzle specifically, it is a ribbon cut puzzle, but not with the traditional 2x2 of the puzzle pieces. There's just a variety of the number of connectors and so on, but they also do feature some puzzles that have more of a random cut to them. And if you're looking for that more specifically or looking for ribbon cut, you can find that information in the puzzle description on each page for a specific puzzle. So this one here is ribbon cut, but I think that's going to be helpful when it comes to the background that has a lot of like the same colors and just like the stars. So I'm really excited to get this puzzle together. I can imagine the fit's going to be really nice based on how the quality is so far, but once I get the edges sorted out, we can put together the first piece and see how it fits. Stay tuned for my update once we get that done. Let's get sorted. All right, the sorting is done. There are a couple of like colors like brown and the rainbow and the reds that I could sort out, and then there's just a lot of purple. So when we get to that part, it's gonna be pretty tricky, but I think it'll be good. So let's go through and let's find our first piece. That is a very nice fit, super snug. I think it'll hold together with a lot of pieces well. Let's see. Yeah, that's a really, really good connection. Like I said, I did not expect anything less because this quality and the cut and everything is really great. So I am really excited to get the rest of this puzzle together. Let's go through the edges and then I'll check in. All right, we got all the edges together. For some reason, it did not record my time lapse, but we're just gonna keep pushing forward. That was really good to assemble. The way that the pieces are, they have like different sizes of connectors and locations and angles to the way that the ribbon is cut. So it makes it easier to just look at a piece shape and figure out if it's going to fit together, which is helpful for some of these parts where it's just a lot of purple. So that part's really fun. It's also a lot smaller than I expected. I know it's only 500 pieces. I've been doing a lot of 1,000-piece puzzles, but it's just smaller than I thought. Now that this puzzle is all wrapped up, it's time to let you know my thoughts and my review of Unified Pieces. I really enjoyed putting this puzzle together. I probably say that about a lot of the puzzles I've reviewed for completing the puzzle, but they do a great job selecting puzzles that are great quality and are well loved by a lot of people and are enjoyable to puzzle. So you most likely won't see a lot of reviews from me where I don't enjoy the puzzle. This had so many great qualities, including the quality of the pieces, the fit of the pieces, the cut of the pieces, the vibrant colors in the artwork on this piece, and the unique artwork, the story behind the brand, the quality of the box that they put it in, and the bag, and the amount of references you have. So many good things to say about this brand. I really enjoyed just the experience of sorting out the vibrant rainbow parts and the background. And one thing that I think is really underrated is that this puzzle, while it has a lot of like a star or sky background, I'll show you the image again. So it has a lot of this background here that is just a lot of blues, purples, and pinks, but even in the parts that were the same color, I could still locate where a piece might go because there are different details in the art that are like little stars or circles or stripes or lines that made it easier to say, okay, I know where these pieces are gonna go. So when it got down to the ones that were harder to locate, there were less options of where they could go. So I didn't spend hours sitting here trying multiple pieces in the same spot because I couldn't figure out what went in that spot. So I definitely credit that to the selection of the art for this puzzle, as well as the cut of the pieces. As I mentioned earlier, the pieces are a ribbon cut, but they aren't 2x2, and they also aren't like a straight across grid. So there's some pieces that go up and down, and some pieces that have like a connector that is more toward the left or the right, or they're different shapes and things that you can pick out and really pay attention to when it comes down to the details to help you put together those pieces that are harder to distinguish in the puzzle image. So I think that because of the quality of the cut in the pieces and all the details that Unified Pieces put into their puzzle designs really complemented this design here, where there was a lot of the same color or design in the background. So that's just a fun thought there. But that was just like such a great experience. And I mentioned too the velvet texture of the pieces. So you can see as I'm talking to you, I'm sitting here and rubbing the puzzle because it's so smooth and it's so velvety soft. And like that texture, if you've never felt that texture before, like I highly recommend trying out a puzzle like Unified Pieces so you can get a feel for that. I've also seen a texture like this with Art and Fable puzzles. I think Tiny Wix puzzles had a couple, or the early puzzles, at least the one I've done from her, had a texture that was pretty smooth like this too. Puzzle has some nice smooth textures to it as well. So it's definitely definitely heightens the puzzling experience more than a traditional texture because it's just very calming and soothing and soft. And then moving on to with this puzzle, I was able to do it in one sitting, which is really nice. It is only 500 pieces, so while there was more difficulty with the background, it still was able to be done in one sitting for someone like me who puzzles a lot, because it had less pieces and there were some of those details that I could pick out to help me out with the background when it got down to it. I really liked the subject of this puzzle, the cat being an astronaut, and I loved the rainbow in it too. I just have so many good things to say about it. And I just really loved the quality of how the puzzle came in the box. From the moment I opened it up and started to unwrap it, I've just been in love with this brand. So I'm really excited that they're joining the Completing the Puzzle lineup. As I mentioned earlier, Completing the Puzzle is the world's largest online puzzle subscription service, and they continue to add more and more brands to their collection, and Unified Pieces is one of those new ones, and I think that they are a great addition. And if you want to see what kinds of puzzles that they have available and which ones Completing the Puzzle has available to rent if you're a current member, you can check that out on the website. This one here was called the Catstronaut, but they also have a lot of other unique and fun and colorful puzzles and art that are featured in their puzzles that you can select from. You can also check out all of the information on the artists that are available and some more about the background of Unified Pieces on their website as well. And if you are interested in a membership with Completing the Puzzle, so you can try a variety of puzzle brands like this one here, you can check that out on completingthepuzzle.com. There are different links of memberships available for you to choose from, so you can see what the options are and pick what is the best for you. And they have a lot of deals that come out across the year too, so keep an eye out on their Instagram page, and you can sign up for their newsletter if you want more information on what kinds of deals they have available. Thank you for watching this review of Unified Pieces. Stay tuned for the next brand to come, and happy puzzling!